What do you do when the people you love most reveal secrets that shatter your world? I was 17, standing silently in the kitchen, when I overheard the truth that changed everything. It was a late summer evening, the kind where the air feels heavy with secrets and the cicadas hum like they know something you don't. My family was gathered in the living room, their voices low but sharp, slicing through the stillness. They thought I was upstairs, lost in my headphones, oblivious. They didn't know I was in the kitchen, glass of water in hand, frozen by the weight of their words. I'd always been the quiet one, the observer in a family of loud voices. Mom, with her quick laugh and endless to-do lists. Dad, steady but distant, always working. My older sister, Lena, the golden child with a smile that could charm anyone. And Grandma Rose, the family's anchor, her stories knitting us together. We were close, or so I thought. Sunday dinners, holiday traditions, the kind of family people envied. But that night, I learned how fragile that image was. I'd come downstairs for a drink, my bare feet silent on the hardwood. The kitchen was dark, save for the soft glow of the stove light. I was about to head back upstairs when I heard Lena's voice, sharp and bitter. "She doesn't belong here, Mom. You know it." My heart stopped. Were they talking about me? I pressed myself against the wall, the cold glass sweating in my hand. Mom's voice followed, softer but firm. "Lena, we made a choice. She's ours." Dad chimed in, his tone heavy. "But we can't keep pretending forever. She's not like us. Not like us." The words echoed in my chest, a dull ache spreading. I wasn't their biological daughter. I'd known that since I was 10, adoption papers tucked in a drawer, a truth they'd shared gently. But they'd always insisted I was family, no different. So why did it sound like they were hiding something bigger? Grandma Rose's voice cut through, trembling but resolute. "She's stronger than you think. She deserves the truth." What truth? My mind raced, piecing together fragments. Lena's voice grew colder. "She's a liability. What if she finds out about the trust fund? Or the house? It's ours, not hers." My breath caught. The trust fund money Grandma had set aside for the family. The house, our home, filled with memories. Were they saying it wasn't mine? Mom's silence was deafening, and Dad's sigh felt like a betrayal. "We'll figure it out," he said. "She doesn't need to know yet." I wanted to scream, to storm in and demand answers, but my feet wouldn't move. Grandma spoke again, her voice breaking. "You're all so quick to push her out. She's the only one who's ever cared about what's right." That's when I realized they weren't just talking about money or property. They were talking about Mimi Place, my worth. I was the outsider, the one they'd tolerated but never fully claimed. The glass slipped from my hand, shattering on the floor. The voices stopped. I stepped into the living room, my heart pounding. Their faces shock, guilt, fear confirmed everything. "I heard you," I said, my voice steady despite the storm inside. Lena looked away. Mom reached out, but I stepped back. "Don't," I whispered. "I'm done." The days that followed were a blur. I packed a bag, stayed with a friend, and ignored their calls. Grandma Rose was the only one I spoke to, her tearful apologies cutting deeper than the other's silence. She told me the full truth. The trust fund was meant for Lena, the house was in her name, and my parents had always planned to protect me by keeping me in the dark. They thought I'd be grateful for scraps of their love, never questioning my place. I cut them off not out of anger, but survival. I couldn't stay in a family that saw me as less. I moved to a small apartment, got a job, and started college, paying my way with scholarships and grit. It wasn't easy. Some nights, I'd lie awake, missing Mom's hugs or Dad's bad jokes. But I couldn't go back to a lie. Grandma Rose visited me sometimes, her eyes full of regret. She left me a small inheritance when she passed, enough to keep me afloat. "You were always my family," she wrote in her final letter. Those words became my anchor. I learned family isn't blood or papers, it's trust, honesty, and love that doesn't waver. I built a new life, surrounded by friends who chose me, no secrets attached. Looking back, that night in the kitchen broke me, but it also set me free. I found my strength, my voice, my worth. They didn't know I was listening, but I'm glad I was. Sometimes, the hardest truths are the ones that save you.